Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. It was a big yellow sign with 2 letters that changed my life forever. And I find myself reflecting back to that very first day. Picture this, a young man, fresh out of high school, in the military, Air Force, standing in a hangar capable of housing some of the largest military aircraft in the world. And up on the wall is a big yellow sign with 2 letters. R-C. Anybody care to take a guess on what I was told those 2 letters stood for? As I stood there, an old soldier walks up, looks down at me, stands, stares at the sign, and in a soft voice says, "Respect, change." Respect, change. Now, 31 years later, I think, what does that mean to me? I think it means something a little bit different to each of us, depending on where we are in our own worlds. For me, at home, it means my daughters are growing up. I find myself often a spectator rather than a participant. I could, RC, resist change, hold them back, but who would that hurt? Only the girls. I've been a good father. I've been a great dad, an awesome parent. It's time for me to RC, respect change, and let them move on. At Unum, when the company moves down the street, it means Paul Revere will be gone forever. The name on the door, the pewter in the room, the people, now the building. I could RC, renounce change, refuse to recognize that although I have been working in the same building for over 27 years, I do not work for the same establishment that hired me. It's time for me to RC, and when the company moves on, I need to move on as well. When it comes to technology, specifically technology that affects my job, I could RC, resist change, as so many do, refusing to move forward. What we have now works, and it works well. Why change? Unfortunately, good people, hard-working people, are famous for this type of thinking. Typically, when you ask them why they are doing something in a specific way, more times than not, they'll tell you it's the way it's always been done. In my area, it's important to remember that technology feeds on itself. Technology makes more technology possible. And just because something has always been done in a certain way doesn't mean it's the right way to do it today. When it comes to technology, we need to RC, respect change, and find ways to embrace that we do not understand today. This reminds me of an Alvin Toffler quote. The illiterates of the 21st century are not those who cannot read and write, but it's those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Those are powerful words. To learn, unlearn, and to relearn. But technology is not all about business. We use technology in our homes as well, in our personal lives. So, for example, anybody here just really dislike Apple? Anybody? I did. I did for years. I mean, I could go out and buy an MP3 player for pennies compared to what Apple is selling their device for. When it came to Apple, I RC, refuse change, but that changed for me. For my 25th wedding anniversary, my wife bought me an iPod Touch. And after a few days with this device, I realized that there was more adaptive technology in that small piece of hardware than anything else we had in the house. And after giving it to my daughter, it opened her world up more than any of the other equipment we had had for 16 years. But wait, the fun didn't stop there. 3 years later, now 19, Sarah, nonverbal, breaks her iPod Touch. And while setting up her replacement device, I configured texting, something that many of you in this room take for granted. And again, let me tell you something. It opened new doors. People think I love Apple. I don't love them. I RC, respect the change. Because love them or hate them, Apple has changed my life. And it has changed yours too. Today, I have shared with you 2 letters of the alphabet. But put together, they are a powerful tool. And in the right hands, they can change the world forever. I have been carrying those 2 letters for over 30 years. And today, they are my gift to you. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. When you see something new, have the opportunity to try something different, or it's just time to move on, remember my gift, RC. Mr. Toastmaster.